Hey everybody, Mr. Christensen here. Just wanted to give you a little bit of support in regards to how to simplify radicals. And this is something that sometimes can be a little hard to master, but really, if you recall the video you've already seen on quizzes, it's a really great way to break this down, and everybody should be able to do it. So I'm going to start with 42. So remember, you will be factoring this all the way down to prime factors. And 42, I'm going to say 7 times 6, and then here that's 2 times 3. And now, you might notice, right, this is square root of 42. So what we're looking for here is we're looking for pairs that we then would park outside of the radical, and there aren't any, right? So that means that this is already fully simplified, and so it is just the square root of 42. The square root of 72, I'm going to say 36 times 2, and 36 is 6 times 6, and that is 3 times 2 times 3 times 2. All right, that's a 2, by the way. It looks a little bit like a 1. Let me fix that. It's a 2. All right, and so again, we're looking for pairs here. So I have a pair of 3s right there, right? So I'm going to write a 3 down. And then I have a pair of 2s right there. So I'm going to write a 1, 2 down. And then I have a 2 left up here by itself. So that means that's still going to be under the radical. So this is going to be 6 radical 2. Okay. And then finally, 120. Okay. And again, to start the factoring, if you're not sure where to start with 2. Okay. If it's even, and all these were even, so start with 2 and see what happens. I'm going to start with 2 and I get 60. And then I'm just going to keep, every time it's even, I'm just going to keep factoring out of 2. All right, now it's not even anymore. And I'm just going to factor 3 times 5, right? Okay, now what I need to get my pair of 2s. There's just one pair of 2s. But then still under the radical is 2 times 3 times 5. So this would be radical 30. 2 radical 30 would be the answer there. All right, let's look at one more, maybe something a little bigger. Let's say, I don't know, 1400. Square root of 1400. Okay. So I'm going to start with, I'm not going to start with 2. That's going to take too long. I'm going to start with 140 times 10. Okay. And then I'm going to go to 14 times 10 here. And 14 is 7 times 2. 10 is 2 times 5. And this 10 is 2 times 5. Okay, then all I got to do is find my pairs. I got a pair of 2s here. I've got a pair of 5s. And then left over under the radical is going to be the remaining 2 and the 7. So this is going to be 10, radical 14. Very interesting. Okay. So now, how do you check this? Well, you check it by squaring the 10. Okay. And so if I squared the 10, I'm going to get the square root of 10, right, would be the square root of 100 times the square root of 14. And that is the square root of 1400, what we started with. Okay, so that's enough about radicals for now. And on the next video, I'm going to show you kind of a neat way to use Desmos for this. Oh, there it is.